Yo, what's up everyone? It's your boy Connor. Welcome back to Slinging Sips. Back with an Alias coffee. I was just over there today in Albany while I was on the job working for True Green. And yeah, it was good to be back. Hernan was there. Got to talk to him a little bit. And last time I was at the farmer's market, I actually bought a bag of coffee. This is a new Colombia that they're roasting in-house. And, well, first thing I gotta do, start the water. I know for sure that I'm gonna get more out of this coffee as far as stronger tasting notes than I did out of the Culpy coffee, although I'm definitely planning on fine-tuning it to try to get more flavor out of this coffee. Very well balanced, very light, very tasty. Probably some of the lightest coffee I've had. This falls somewhere in the middle in between something as light and dainty as Culpy coffee or something that has really strong, noticeable tasting notes like Abracadabra coffee or Fac 01 Mod Cup Coffee's coffee. So, just gonna wait for this water. Just grab my scale here. Open this sucker up. Bada boosh. Yeah. I usually go for a slightly higher dose with the with Alias coffee in general, and I think I'm going to do the same with the two Culpy coffees I have. I've been running 19.5 gram doses on average, and I think moving it up to maybe 20 grams or 20.5 grams will get those extraction times that I'm looking for, as well as just concentrating it more to just get more of that flavor, because I think there's still more in it for me. Water's ready. Oh shit, oh fuck, oh god, alright, I gotta grind these beans here. Oh no, dang, hold on, technical error. Where'd that bean go? I lost a bean. Oh, I found the bean. Hold on. It's okay. Grind this sucker up. That's fantastic. Ooh, shit. I'm gonna need this energy for the next couple chores I gotta do, and daily upload. Well, almost daily upload. I haven't really been completely keeping up as I should. Give this a little heat up. Trying to improve my stability and trying to keep as even of a flow rate as possible. Requires having better control over the kettle. Knowing exactly how much flow that you want to have coming out. Per usual, V60. It's always where I'm going to start. Where I go from there, that's just kind of part of the journey with the bean. So you discover more about it and more what you want from it. There we go, that time. One go, use the least amount of water and got the paper filter to stick to the sides. I want to try to focus on getting better and better at this. There we go. Per usual, take the scale. We're going to zero this out so that way I can weigh the exact amount that comes out of the grinder because of purging. You guys know the deal if you watched a few of these. Hopefully you guys can become better home baristas and you can make me a better one as well. Hopefully. That's the idea. Is this going to work? I don't know. I don't freaking know. I'm trying. Boom. 20 grams. But once I shablanka this, what's this going to do? What's this going to do? Oh, wow. That was definitely... It's still saying 20 grams, but I think it's probably slightly more than that now. I'm going to try to heat up the water a little bit again. Usually it loses about 2 degrees Celsius in between the time that I heat up the brewer, heat the paper separately, and get my ground coffee prepared. Still saying 20 grams. Very excited for this. Okay. Information I'm getting from here. So everything from Alias Coffee is roasted in Troy, New York. It's roasted in the city. As well as Touchy Coffee is also roasted in the city. Remember Jacob Alejandro. They source from multiple coffee roasters. Altitude 1550 meters. Wash process. Notes of honey, stone fruit, and mandarin orange. Give us a smell again. I really like, there's this, oh, wow. It's just a certain smell. It's hard to describe, but it has an Alias smell to it, which is good. You can tell that a coffee roaster is very good if they're able to have a very distinct, almost rhyme to their coffees. They're all different from each other and they all have different tasting notes, tasting profiles, but it's distinct. Same with FACA 1. I can immediately tell as soon as I even walk into the coffee shop that I'm in a Mod Cup coffee shop. It just has a very distinct smell to it, sensation to it, and the way that the flavors pop out in the coffee itself is also very distinct. Something I have to review at some point soon. I need to go back down to Jersey City. But I'm poor, so I'll do it when I'm a little bit less poor. All right, first pour, start the timer. $50 grams of coffee. Going out to about 55 grams starting out. I'll just look at those. The steam rise up. Beautiful bloom. Beautiful bloom. You guys will be able to see on camera more when I do the POV series. 30 seconds. Whoop. Oh shit, I bumped it. I did not mean to do that. Again, I went a little bit over. I'm starting to get drowsy. I was in the sun all day working. As I will be again tomorrow. I'm biking 20 miles every day. 5 or 6 days a week. I'm going to start early. That was not even extraction. Oh. It's the first First brew. Anything could happen, guys. Anything could happen. Right at 2 minutes. I think one thing I'm going to do as well is for all three of these coffees, I'm going to go a lot finer. I'll be working on the Colombia, dialing that in for V60, and then moving on to the other drip methods. And at some point, once I have the rest of my coffees dialed in for all three of my drippers, I'm going to move on to French press. And then I think with the AeroPress, I need to get another screen for this. The one I got was just not compatible at all. It doesn't fit on there. And, ooh, I could probably do Chechva. Now that I've got a certain something I didn't have before. It's still absolutely worth that first sip though. Even though this is not dialed in, and almost none of the coffees that I do first pour are dialed in. It usually takes 2 or 3 tries to get it dialed in to exactly where I want it, the parameters, get those tasting notes out as much as possible. And that's okay. Ooh. Honey is a good qualifier for this coffee, but it almost tastes like one of those specialized honeys. Imagine like a bourbony honey. The fruity tasting notes almost aid in that honey, follow up reinforcing them, creating a different flavor of that initial tasting note. Instead of switching between tasting notes. Now, that's one thing I do like about Alias coffee. Now, there are some coffees that will take you kind of on a journey from one tasting note to another, subtly moving you from one to the other, just like coffee. There are some that will shine different tasting notes one at a time. And then there's some like this that like to blend them together, one to the other. This one does that very beautifully. Even though this is under extracted, this is still a fantastic cup of coffee. Per usual, I'm going to be writing these notes down, the exact parameters, so that way I can keep note for next brew and get it down more accurately. We ran with 20. Just say 20 grams of coffee. It's 2 minutes. Make sure. Output 335. Grind size was 3.6. I've adjusted it down to 2.2. I'm just adjusting it finer in general, and then I'm going to be working over the next couple of days on all three of these coffees to dial them in on V60, move on to the zero dripper, and then the origami dripper after that, it's time to move on from drippers onto the French press. So with that being said, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.